Okay, good day. So today we'll be talking about some tips you must abide to while setting up your niche blog. Okay, I think some of these I've talked about them while making the previous videos. So I'll just highlight some tips. So we talked about some niches that might look that the content you are trying to post out there might look rather fraudulent or sometimes look really unreal. So it's good, especially if you are getting traffic from search. Sorry, if you are getting paid traffic from paid channels, which we'll be talking about in other offers. So you have to get a disclaimer on your page. You have to get both a disclaimer page and a disclaimer in your footer. Okay, this disclaimer lets people know that hey, this is what our service is all about. We don't do this, we don't do this, just to make your services not to be too exaggerated. And if reviewers, in fact, if AdSense reviewers come onto your website, or if your paid traffic reviewers come onto your website and they see such a review, let them know that these people are Elite branded. I'll show you an example of such a review. Okay, this is one of my websites, and as you can see in the review, okay, it talked about that these website editors are not recruiters or employers, that they do not give expert advice on travel or related issues. Please, you should see a travel or you should see a qualified travel agent for advice, and also do not offer direct scholarship or jobs. At this website.com.net, we only curate and post important updates regarding the topics we share. Okay, so you have to also get that, and getting your disclaimer page is not also a bad one. Okay, so the next point is also try as much as possible to make your blog very simple, and the content should be different from the ads that will be displaying on it. Okay, some people ask me what kind of website works best. Is it with white background or black background? Like the previous website I just left now, it has a black background. Well, the background doesn't really matter. What I just tell people is make the website mobile responsive. That is, a mobile visitor, a mobile user visits the website, he gets to see all the content he's looking for, and the website is sleek for him or her to navigate. Another thing you should also look at is making your website branded. I tell people you have to make it really branded, else you don't want to be earning so much money and your website doesn't look branded. It questions how do users perceive, or how do you even get this traffic and the rest. So make your website branded by having a very good logo, by having a very good team also. So you make your website branded. Okay, then another thing you should also look at is making only original posts that are owned by you, posts that you rewrote to meet quality. And you should be looking at posts with 700 words in it, but posts with 1500 to 3000 words works magic. Okay, to know the count of words for posts, you can use website like wordcounter.net that counts the word in your posts. Okay, so that's there. And another thing is use matching images for each blog post, and these images that the geo you are targeting relate with. There are some people who are targeting Africans on their travel blog niche, but the kind of pictures they are using are just white people's pictures here and there. But if you use pictures of black people actually working in a firm, actually working in a farm, actually working in an environment, actually traveling, it will increase your CTR. that is the click-through rate of each post will increase. Imagine landing on a category and a fellow black man sees another black man making a white person's hair, and they will definitely want to click to look for a job. It will look really relatable. So that's something you should put in mind while choosing featured images for your post. Another option you should look at is writing only posts that solves the problem or what these people seek. You don't want people to come onto your website because you advertise on paid traffic channels that you think, for example, you provide scholarship and the rest. They hit on your website and they're now seeing types of farms in they're now seeing something entirely different, something that is entirely different from what was advertised. So these people want to really see what explains what they need. Imagine coming from a paid traffic channel talking about scholarship, and they come here and they see things like requirements for getting a Canadian scholarship. Immediately they would want to check into this post to see how they can do that, and obviously they will be served ads that relate with it. And also you should categorize the blog according to what they seek. Yes, categorizing your blog is very, very important. We've talked about how to create categories in the previous videos. So categorizing your blog is more than important. You can categorize it according to what they seek. So while they are on the website, they can also navigate across the various categories. Okay, and you can also create various social media platform accounts for the blog and grow this followership. There are various plugins out there that you can set up on your blog to help you put links to your various social channels. So these people can start liking your Facebook. When you start getting this traffic, even if you have 10,000 people liking your Facebook page or 1,000 people, it looks rather huge. But if you share your post and 10 comes back to your website, that's another traffic and free traffic end to you. So it's one good thing that you build your blog, make it branded, get social channels across it. Social channels you should be looking at are things like Twitter, Facebook, and Telegram. There are others I will show you guys when we get into traffic banking offer. And also in your post, you should try as much as possible to use up to 3 related plugins. So when someone finishes reading your post, there are a lot of related plugins for them to navigate to other posts. It keeps them on the site, reduces bounce rate, increases your CTRO, and ultimately you generate huge income. And lastly, number 10 is you can add social share buttons. Social share buttons, these people can read your post and some of them just share it to their social pages. Okay, you can share to Facebook, share to Twitter, and the rest social channels you can set up. There are various plugins. You can go to plugin list and search social share. It helps them share this post across the various social channels. Okay, so I think that will be all for this video. Catch you in the next.